I never imagined I'd reach a point where I'd feel thankful to another woman for ruining my marriage, yet life has a dark sense of humor. My name is Ryan, and this is the story of how my wife's affair unexpectedly led to a partnership I never could have predicted. Natalie and I had been married for 12 years when everything fell apart. We met in college, married right after graduation, and built what I believed was a stable, happy life. She worked as a marketing coordinator at a tech company, and I was an accountant at a mid-sized firm. We lived in a modest suburban home with our golden retriever, Buster. Nothing extravagant but comfortable. The warning signs had always been there. Late nights at work became more frequent, unnecessary business trips cropped up, and she suddenly took a new interest in her appearance. Her phone, once casually left around the house, was now glued to her hand, always face down. But after 12 years I trusted her. I told myself not to jump to conclusions, even as I watched our marriage quietly unravel. The breaking point came on a Thursday in October. Natalie claimed she was staying late to meet a campaign deadline, but something urged me to check her office around 9 p.m. The parking lot was empty except for the security guard's car. Her car wasn't there. That night I couldn't sleep. When she returned home at 11:30, faintly smelling of a cologne I didn't wear, I knew something was wrong. Still, I wanted proof. 3 weeks later, the truth came crashing down. Natalie was in the shower, her phone charging on the nightstand. A notification lit up from someone named Conference Room B. Even through the locked screen, I glimpsed the preview. Can't wait to feel you again tomorrow. My hands trembled as I struggled to unlock the phone. Our birthdays didn't work. Our anniversary didn't work. Finally, Buster's birthday unlocked it. The messages I uncovered obliterated 12 years of trust in less than a minute. Months of explicit conversations, photos I'll never forget, carefully timed meetings around my schedule, hotel reservations, lies about her whereabouts. The man's name was Derek Morrison. They'd been involved for over 8 months. I screenshot everything, my heart racing, then returned the phone and sat silently until dawn, trying to process the life I thought I had. The confrontation happened the next morning. I left printed copies of some messages on the kitchen counter beside her coffee mug. When she saw them, the color drained from her face. "Ryan, I can explain," she started, but I stopped her. "Don't. I know everything. I have everything. The question is, what now?" The conversation that followed was brutal. She cried, apologized, begged for forgiveness. She insisted it was meaningless, just physical, that she loved me and wanted to work things out. Then she said something worse than any of the messages. "Derek understands me in ways you don't. He makes me feel alive again." That was it. It wasn't the sex, it wasn't the lies. She had found something with him she claimed she couldn't find with me. I told her I wanted a divorce, had already contacted a lawyer, and gave her 1 week to move out. She moved into her sister's place while looking for an apartment. The house felt empty, yes, but for the first time in months, it also felt honest. Buster was confused, but dogs adapt faster than people. The divorce moved quickly. I had enough evidence to make her lawyer insist on a fair settlement. Assets were split, she took her car and belongings, and 12 years of marriage reduced to legal papers and divided property. Then something unexpected happened. About 2 months later, I received a call from an unknown number. The woman on the other end introduced herself as Claire Morrison, Derek's wife. "I think we need to talk," she said. There was something in her voice that made me agree to meet that same afternoon at a downtown cafe. Claire wasn't what I expected. Early 40s, streaks of gray in her hair, tired eyes that spoke of long-endured betrayal. She got straight to the point. "How long have you known about Derek and your wife?" "About 2 months, I admitted. "You?" she laughed bitterly. 2 years. While I had only recently discovered Natalie's affair, Claire had known about her husband's betrayals almost from the start. But she hadn't confronted him immediately. She had been meticulously gathering evidence, documenting everything, planning her next move with precision born of years of pain. Derek had done this 3 times before, she explained, and each time she had believed his promises to change for the sake of their children. But now Claire was done. She slid a manila folder across the table. Hotel receipts, credit card statements, text messages, photos, even surveillance footage from the hotels where Derek met Natalie. The evidence was overwhelming, far more extensive than anything I'd compiled. "Why are you showing me this?" I asked. "Because Derek doesn't know I know about your wife specifically. He thinks I only discovered his previous affairs. I know his current activities, plans, even conversations. And he has no intention of leaving me. He told Natalie he would, but he's lying to both of you. I'm done being lied to, and I'm done letting him hurt people the way he hurt me." Claire proposed something audacious. A dinner at her house where Derek would believe it was a romantic evening, Natalie would expect a revelation about their affair, and both would face the evidence simultaneously. I was to bring my proof of their affair, Claire would present her proof of Derek's deceit and manipulation, and in one evening, the full truth would crash down on everyone. It was cruel, calculated, and intoxicating in its justice. I agreed. Friday night came. Claire had prepared Derek's favorite meal, laid out their wedding china, even opened a wine from their wedding year. From the outside, it looked like a woman trying to save her marriage. I arrived at 8:30 p.m., hands shaking, and Claire ushered me in. Through the window, I saw Derek and Natalie relaxed and smiling, completely unaware. Claire greeted me with a razor-sharp smile. Perfect timing. Derek, look who stopped by. Derek's expression when he saw me, priceless. Natalie went pale, dropping her wine glass. Claire moved toward the dining table, laying out folder after folder of evidence. I thought it was time for an honest conversation, she said calmly. 30 minutes followed, the most uncomfortable truth-telling I've ever witnessed. Claire presented her evidence piece by piece. Derek tried denial, blame, and finally collapsed into stunned silence. Natalie's tears were of humiliation, not remorse, as she realized the future she tried to build with Derek was a lie. The night ended with Derek storming out, Natalie calling her sister, and Claire and I sitting in her kitchen, quietly processing what had just happened. "Do you feel better?" she asked. "I don't know," I admitted. "Do you?" "I feel like I can finally move forward." Tonight, Derek made the choice for me. Claire filed for divorce the next Monday. Derek attempted reconciliation with her, then with Natalie, then with other previous partners, but his reputation was shattered. He eventually relocated, but the damage was permanent. Natalie and I never spoke again. She moved across the country months later. I heard she spent significant time in therapy working through her issues. As for Claire and me, we became unlikely friends. Never romantic, but two people who survived the same storm and understood each other in ways no one else could. She helped me through the loneliness of divorce. I helped her navigate single parenthood when Derek vanished from their lives. Looking back, I don't know if what we did was right or wrong. It was cruel, yes, but also brutally honest. Sometimes the truth is ugly, complicated, and painful, but still necessary. 3 years later, I'm in a relationship with someone who values honesty above comfort. Claire has found peace as a single mother, providing stability for her children. Derek is somewhere else, probably repeating his mistakes. I'm grateful for it all, not for the pain or betrayal, but for the clarity. I learned I am stronger than I believed, that I deserve better, and that sometimes the most unexpected alliances help you reclaim yourself. Natalie's affair destroyed the life I thought I wanted, but it freed me to build the life I truly needed. And Claire's calculated exposure didn't just reveal Derek's lies, it revealed truths about all of us. Messy, painful, but ultimately liberating.